All right, how we doing, everybody? The B team is back. It is Mike. It is Colin. Mike, I love the wave that you do every show. It is hilarious to edit. Fun fact of the show today, it is episode 150.
Yeah.
150. Look at us. Look at us. Who would have thought?
Holy shit.
Who would have thought?
150.
150 shows.
Grinding.
Yep.
Putting in the work.
Yep. We've had a lot of guys. We had Jordan Speitel, the Eagles-Steelers fan, the flip-flopper. We had producer Gas. It's funny how Jordan came on as a stats guy. Like, his whole job was supposed to be, like, sitting in a corner.
That was like Jamie and like Joe Rogan or something.
Yeah.
That was the last thing he was ever. He was just another guest. He was like another member.
Yes. I remember.
Gassy was the same, bro. Gassy was the same thing.
The first episode was literally in your kitchen. At your house.
Yes.
And we had Jordan literally sit in a corner and
Yeah.
just yell stats to us.
Yeah, we did do that. We did.
Because that was the episode where the kid challenged me to run.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
And we called him on air, and we were just getting into how I'm absolutely faster than him.
I would have
Zacharias.
put the house. Yeah.
Zacharias.
Oh, my Zacchaeus. I would have put the house on you, bro.
Dude,
How far we've come.
at that moment, I would have beat him. Yeah. Yeah. Remember we actually put out a hype video for that.
Mm-hmm.
You and I were running around in the snow.
That was fun.
That was a great time.
That was nutty. I forgot about that. We've done so many things for this channel that just like you look back like, bro, I would go on the channel and I would like go all the way down to the videos that we started with.
Yeah.
And it's like all the nacho reviews that we had.
Yeah.
The one where we went to Apollo, he's like, yeah, y'all got a cigarette?
That's it. No, I wish, bro.
Nah, I wish, dude.
Dude, there was
We
one,
had the COVID masks on, man.
Yeah.
What a time. What a like a journey we've been through with this this channel.
Oh, yeah. While we're here, subscribe.
Subscribe.
If you're listening right now, subscribe. Let's get 150 new subscribers for the 150th show.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Be pretty cool.
Help us out here.
We have a fun jersey giveaway on the way as well. So you have to be subscribed to the YouTube to get it. There's no ways around it. You have to be subscribed to the YouTube. We are not fooling around. Mike and I actually know what we're doing this time.
We do.
We said you had to subscribe last time, and then we couldn't find out who was subscribed.
Yeah.
So that was a nightmare. But this time around, we're hitting it different.
You know exactly what jersey we're getting to,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
All right. We haven't even discussed the jersey we're getting.
The
but
MVP.
We're going to get him.
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get into the games.
Mm-hmm.
So we had Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football happening in L.A. Bad night to be in L.A. Bad weekend to be in L.A.
Terrible.
SoFi Stadium saw 2 L's. You had the Eagles winning 37-20 over the Rams on Sunday Night Football. We're going to start there. Mike, the only thing I have to say coming out of this game is Saquon Barkley the MVP?
Oh, yeah. Not even close. Not even close. I think he's clearly – I mean, listen, we know it's a quarterback award. If it wasn't a quarterback award, it would be him and Derrick Henry. But what Saquon has done the whole season and the dominance that he has shown the last couple of weeks – he is the clear favorite for me. I mean, again, it's a quarterback award at the end of the day. It always will be. But if it would go to somebody else that's not a quarterback, it was like Tyreek Hill last year.
Yeah.
Went absolutely ballistic the whole year. Actually was a contender to be the MVP. Saquon is the same. He just absolutely lit them up. But hey, that is the recipe that I've been saying is all they need to do. He just looks better. He looks more electric. The way he was running, the cuts he was making, that's all. That's your recipe. And listen, they're doing it. And that's why the Eagles are at where they're at now.
It's crazy what happens when you play for a team. It really is. It's really crazy what happens when you play for an actual football team.
The Giants, again, the Giants did the right thing because, like, just for the sake of Saquon Barkley, should they have traded him and got some value back? Oh, absolutely. Letting the man walk and just the birds picking him up, and now he's the number one back in the league.
Mike, he's not only the number one back in the league. This week he had 302 total yards, and the Giants amassed 245 across their whole offense. He set a career high in his Eagles single-game record, rushing for 2 touchdowns and 255 yards, and then proceeded to give the ball away. Mm-hmm. But like the guy is different. Like, he's built by the Valley.
Yep.
He's one of us.
He's one of us.
Come on the show. No, he's 100% deserves to be the MVP. He's been the best player in the NFL this year. You look at these MVP odds. I looked this morning, and it was Josh Allen at plus 150, Lamar at plus 250, Jared Goff at plus 700, and then Saquon at plus 700. I mean, Philly, let's stand up and get these numbers down. We got to go Saquon Barkley, Jared McCain, parlay them. Let's make some bread. Philly is back. The most egregious of these odds, though, to
Jared
me,
Goff right
no.
now. And I love Goff.
No.
Who?
It's Patrick Mahomes being plus 800. You're telling me Patrick Mahomes is that close to Saquon Barkley?
Yeah.
Come on.
The Vegas has all the odds screwed up for the MVP race right now. Like they still have Brock up there. Yeah. And he was hurt. Like what is Brock doing up there? Respectfully to all the Brock lovers out there, shout the gas. Like there are so many people. Like Jared Goff is the same thing. I love Jared Goff. You know that. Mm-hmm. He just doesn't do enough. Like he doesn't have to do anything. I don't like the record shows, but he doesn't have to do much. Like it was a run heavy game the other day where they played whoever or the Colts. Like he doesn't have to go out there and put up Saquon numbers, throw for 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns every week. Like he just has to be a game manager and just be accurate. So I don't understand this MVP conversation for him. Like there are other quarterbacks that deserve it more than him right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I kind of understand where the odds guys are coming from because you look at this award, it's predominantly a quarterback award.
Yes.
So to have Saquon Barkley be the front runner, I think doesn't make much sense. Mm-hmm. I think when you look at the numbers, it's most likely a quarterback award. Mm-hmm. Probably going to end up being a quarterback award, but Saquon totally deserves it.
Oh, 100%. Dude.
So they got to protect themselves.
And the thing
somehow.
is, like a lot of people are, especially all of Michigan and the central part of the country is going to be betting on Jared Goff. Because there are Lions fans everywhere now, so they're going to get an influx of bets on him. And then Saquon, obviously you have Philadelphia, New York, the tri-state, pretty much the whole country is probably going to be betting on him too. So I get it why he's there. I just personally I think there's better quarterbacks in the league right now that deserve it over him.
Do you think that there are kids right now that, you know how when the Chiefs were going off, I mean, they still are, but you know when they were really starting to go off and all these kids are growing up, they're like, I'm a Chiefs fan, Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
Blah, blah. Do you think there's people, like little kids growing up right now that are just getting into football that are like, I'm a Lions fan. I love Jared Goff. Do you think there's kids saying that out there?
I'm telling you, bro. I think in the Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana part of the country, like those states, Minnesota, I think they're looking at Jared Goff and the Lions and just how dominant. Like, listen, the kids don't know any better. It's not like he's a flashiest guy, but look at the record. I mean, they'll just like, that's my quarterback now. Like, you're a kid, dude. You don't know anything different. Like, that's what I believe is like they're looking at Jared Goff like this guy's the next Tom Brady somehow. They have no idea what they're talking about, but they're just gonna roll with it because the Lions are what 10-1, 11-1.
Yeah, impressive
force. Yeah,
impressive. He won the Hemi last week.
He did.
I don't know if you saw that. Saquon has won it like 4 out of 5 weeks, and obviously he's going to win it again this week. But shout out to Jared Goff. He's like our new Kirk Cousins.
I love Jared Goff, dude, so much. Even though I did jinx him the one week,
you did.
He did throw up 4 touchdowns the next. So, but real quick with the Giants and Saquon and the Birds, imagine if he was still on the Giants. What do you think their record would be? Do you think they would be kind of where they're at right now?
I'll tell you this: Daniel Jones would still be the quarterback.
Probably.
It's interesting to think about because that O-line is still very bad. Like he wouldn't be doing what he's doing now because the Eagles O-line is clear. It's been one of the best in the league for a number of years now, and they lost arguably their best player, and it's like nothing ever changed. Who is it? Dickerson? Mm-hmm. That's at center now.
Yeah.
Dude, how you follow up with a Hall of Fame center? Bringing in probably a future Hall of Fame center, that just doesn't happen. But it happened for the Eagles, and kudos to them. I mean, good for you.
Yeah.
But that makes a difference. Mm-hmm. The Giants don't have that.
No,
they don't have anything close to that. And then, I mean, we're gonna get into it in a bit here, but you got one of the best wide receivers in the league, and you wait till the fourth quarter throwing the football. I don't get that. I don't get that. It is insane. But yeah, let's move on to Monday Night Football here. Last night, the HarBowl. The HarBowl. Did you watch the HarBowl like 30 for 30 type thing they did? Dude, you should watch it. It's pretty good. Pretty funny. It's really? Pretty funny. Yeah.
I feel like they didn't blow this up enough. Like I didn't hear the HarBowl
I don't know, Mike.
Matchup that much.
They did 3-hour Monday Night Football pregame yesterday, and it was like, HarBowl. Yeah,
Well,
I think
they also did it a little too late then. So
well, they did make this documentary on last Thursday.
No, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Scratch that. Don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I hear you. I think that Saquon going off hurt the whole HarBowl.
Oh
thing.
yeah,
because
I was all in on
he
that.
took all social media was Saquon. So I don't blame you for not seeing HarBowl stuff, but when I was going through it, I definitely saw HarBowl stuff.
Dude, I was looking at Saquon's Instagram yesterday. You know he has almost 3 million followers.
I know, he's like Cristiano Ronaldo out here.
Dude, I know.
Yeah.
he's on the path to be Cristiano Ronaldo.
Because he's such a likable guy.
Yeah.
It's not,
no one hates him. Yes, I agree.
He was on the Giants. He's one of those guys that's like, his life was so miserable for so many years when it shouldn't have been that it's like you just got to cheer for the guy. Like, even me, I'm a Cowboys fan, but watching Saquon play, I'm like, all right, I can get behind this.
Like, who hates that? Like, who hates him? Maybe probably
Ohio
the whole
State.
NFC East and Ohio State.
Yeah.
But besides that,
I wouldn't
everyone
even say
is rooting for him.
Dude, I
yeah,
don't
not
know
even
if
the whole NFC East. Yeah.
Probably Commanders fans, but no one else.
How could you? I mean, yes,
Like,
he's on the Birds, and everyone hates the Philly fan base and Philadelphia sports. I get it. But, like, just watching him just be the player he is so fun to watch.
He's literally our Jared McCain right now.
Yes.
Like, no matter what team you cheer for, you just got to cheer for, like, I mean, that's a stretch, actually. I'm going to say Tyrese Maxey because I know there's people out there that hate that Jared McCain drops TikToks on him. And then
I did watch
it. Dude.
I watched the recent one, and I was like,
I'm 3 months into college.
It was suspect, dude. I don't know if he's a feminine guy or whatever. I'm not hating. I'm not hating.
Mike, he totally is. But I don't care. Dude,
hey, he's
troll.
snapping, bro.
I hope he does more of this. I hope he does more. I want more TikToks because if he keeps dropping buckets on people, I placed a future on him.
Did you?
Yeah.
How do you think his teammates feel about it?
I think they love him.
Really? Even because being in the TikTok?
So he started a vlog because Kyle Lowry told him to start one. I don't know if you saw this video. So then he was doing the vlog on the plane after a win, and Kyle Lowry was like, "What are you doing? Stop vlogging. Stop vlogging." And it's like I think they're
just kind of busting his balls about it now.
Like now they didn't start well. It's a mess there. They brought in Paul George, and he's basically Tobias Harris reincarnated. Same haircut, same everything. And Joel Embiid barely ever plays. Tyrese Maxey looks great. McCain looks great. I just think this year it's there's going to be a big turnaround at Christmas time. Big turnaround at Christmas time. And I think right now they're all just kind of waiting till they can be their actual selves.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I think they're in a weird spot, and I think they all like that this Jared McCain thing's happening. And I think he's trolling sometimes.
Yeah. It's something different, though. You know what I mean? Like, they're just going to kind of ride with it because I feel like the city of Philly is, like, loving what he's bringing to the court. Like,
when Saquon scored, they did his TikTok.
Really? Oh, yes. I saw that. Yeah. I did see that. Go ahead. Keep going. Yep.
Jared McCain dropping buckets, rookie of the year. He yelled it out after one of his games too.
Yeah,
I love that from the kid.
That's such a Philly, like, that's just gonna ignite the fan base right there. So he's doing. You know what? Kudos to him. He's smart.
Yeah, he is.
He's smart.
He's a very smart. I mean, he went to Duke.
He went to Duke. Yes,
he went to Duke.
We just completely
all right. Yeah, let's get to this Ravens Chargers game.
We went from like talking TikTok and Jared McCain, and then Saquon. We went back to Saquon.
TikToks. Yeah,
Jesus.
All right. So Ravens beat the Chargers 30-23 in the HarBowl. Listen, this game was very good.
It was. Yes,
like, it was very good. I know the Ravens kind of got away with it in the end. That's just what good teams do. They are a good team. But no, what is more impressive, honestly? Because I was trying to figure this out last night in my head. Is it more impressive how the Ravens won this game from the way they started, or is it more impressive that the Chargers are now 7-4 in a rebuild and are probably going to get they're going to be pushing for a high seed in the playoffs in the AFC?
For me, like, watching this game, like, it was a really good game. I agree. It was close that first half. This is what I've been waiting for with the Ravens, though. Like, and this is why I'm so high on this team. It's like when you actually run your offense like you should. I mean, they outrushed the shit. Listen, it was a ground and pound game. But I think the Chargers had some miscues that really were kind of hurting them. Bad receiver routes, drop balls, a lot of penalties. But the Ravens. Like, this is what they need to do to win. Run the ball, man. Lamar looked fantastic again. His receivers are getting better. I just think it was a coach's game. You know what I mean? And the way they ran it, it's a trench battle. That's all it really was. And the Ravens just ran away with it. And they just stopped. They didn't let up. And that's what was different this week. Mm-hmm. They did not take their foot off the gas pedal.
They kept going. They were aggressive.
Yes, they were.
I knew they were going to be aggressive too. When that 4th and 1 happened, they brought out I think Mark Andrews got under center, and they were on like their own 15. That's when I knew. I was like, all right, the Ravens are really going for this. It's a hardball game.
That's the recipe for success for them. I say it with the Eagles. Give Saquon the ball. You have Derrick Henry. Give him the ball. You have Lamar Jackson, pretty much one of the best rushing quarterbacks in the league. Like, it's
Justice Hill. Respect for
Justice Hill, my guy, dude. Like, a very good change of pace back. But that's what they have to do.
The run game is elite, dude. Yeah. So Henry rushed 24 times for 140 yards, and Justice Hill had 4 rushes for 55 yards and a touchdown.
And a touchdown.
Like, and the threat of Lamar was still there. He only had 8 yards or 15 yards last night, something like that. It was a low workload for him last night. But his arms just tossing balls in buckets.
Yeah. And that was his biggest thing that everyone was so, like, they're scrutinizing him over. It was just his arm and his accuracy. Dude, he's only gotten better every single year. Like, I just don't understand the hate that they're giving this guy. Like, oh, look at Jalen Hurts, bro. He's more of a rushing quarterback as much as Lamar, dude. He scores more rushing touchdowns than Lamar, and because of tush pushes and everything. But, like, they don't give him the hate that he deserves. I wouldn't say not that he deserves. I take that back.
Listen, though, because we just talked about this before with Saquon. I think that there is hatred towards Lamar because he's so close to Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? Like, they're in the same conference. They're pushing for MVPs. All this, like, and think about all those kids that are Patrick Mahomes fans. They're not going to be cheering for Lamar. There's none of that. Like, you're either Lamar or Patrick Mahomes. It's like a Messi Ronaldo situation.
True.
With these kids,
they just win games.
That's why there's hate.
But they just win games, but they also lose games that they shouldn't lose. Like, I feel like now that, like, from this past week, they are going to start racking up a lot of points. The defense actually came out and was playing pretty well for once because they were very exploitable. Everyone thought Herbert was going to snap. I thought Herbert was going to snap. Defense actually showed out, and when they look like the team they're supposed to, they look like the best team in the league, or the best team at least in the AFC. So yesterday was a really good blueprint for that. It was a good foreshadowing as to what is to come in the next couple of weeks and hopefully into the playoffs.
Yeah. And I just want to touch on the AFC playoffs here because I was looking at it this morning, and I think it's pretty much locked up outside of that 7th seed, which you had the Broncos and the Dolphins in there. And this Chargers team, I could see them making noise, dude. Especially if they wear those uniforms.
Oh, so clean.
So
clean. When you sent that, I was like, they're
really nice. They're really nice. What's his name? Jesse Minter, ex-Ravens coach?
Yeah.
Dude, he has that defense cooking. I know they lost last night and they gave up 30 or whatever it was. Yeah, 30 points. Like, but that defense, it just looks different this year.
Oh, last year, they were worse in the league
They
last
were
year.
terrible last year.
They were the worst in the league.
Yeah, they're looking real good. So I think they can make some noise. You got Greg Roman and HarBowl on that offense, hyping up their quarterback. Beast Herb, he's playing his best football right now.
He is.
That's
the Herbert I like.
They're going to be scary. I think the Chiefs are in trouble in the next couple of years.
Yeah, especially after that win against Carolina, which I said they were going to blow them out, and it looked like it was getting on that path. But then Carolina was showing fight. I mean, we talked about it on Sunday. But
did you see his all 22?
No, I did not.
I'll send it to you.
Okay,
unreal.
Yeah, I know some of the passes I saw. I was like, man, that's why he was drafted number 1 overall.
Yeah, he's back. They're gonna play spoiler. They will.
I like that.
They are. They're not gonna.
A lot of teams.
They're not gonna make noise, but they're gonna play spoiler.
I love that.
Yeah.
Why not play spoiler? Except if you're the Jets, keep losing.
Yeah. Well,
we almost lost to the bye week, by the way.
Speaking of the Jets,
we almost lost to the bye week.
Speaking of the Jets, I want to get into this because I need you to explain what is occurring with this GM head coach search as if I am 10 years old.
Yeah, I was reading. It was a little confusing, but I was reading up on it yesterday. So it's like the 33rd team. It's pretty much just like this data analytic, like, I don't know, format where they're just going to look for their new GM and head coach by using this.
Yeah.
And apparently Mike Tannenbaum and Rick Spielman are going to be running it and running the data on this. Why? We're fucked. We're cooked, bro.
Yeah,
Why is Mike Tannenbaum coming in here. Did you know what trade he wanted to make?
No.
Okay, so this was a couple weeks ago. There was this hypothetical trade that he called out for the Lions after Aiden Hutchinson went down, for the Lions to get Myles Garrett.
Okay.
The trade was like 2 or 3 first rounders and Jahmyr Gibbs for Myles Garrett. Who in their right mind would send that for Myles Garrett? I'm sorry. Who the
Myles Garrett?
Yes. This is when Hutchinson went down.
You're talking about Cleveland Browns Myles Garrett.
Yes. The hypothetical trade from Mike Tannenbaum was, Aiden Hutchinson's hurt. You can go get Myles Garrett. You're going to send 2 or 3 first-round picks and Jahmyr Gibbs for Myles Garrett.
What?
What are you, Nietzsche? Sorry, Nietzsche. That was a low blow there.
He caught us straight just now.
I love you, Nietzsche.
God.
You're the man. Hey,
no, that's terrible.
He's cooking out there.
That's terrible.
But who in their right mind would make a trade like that? So why he is now affiliated with this 33rd team bullshit to find, not only to like find good players.
Yeah.
Like it's like, this ain't Moneyball, bro. Like you're not taking this and you're like, oh, he just gets on base. Oh, he gets 5 yards a carry. And you're using this data analytics system to find these guys.
Yeah.
No, this is for your GM and head coach.
Yeah.
How the hell are you going to filter that through stats and data?
Just take the guys that you're looking at and go to a bar and just talk football for a while.
It's so simple.
You will know if you have the right guy.
That's it, dude.
You will know if you have the right guy. And, I mean, look at the teams that are successful right now. You got the Lions. They picked up Dan Campbell. I'm telling you right now, analytics weren't telling you to get Dan
Hell
Campbell.
No, bro.
Andy Reid. Like, all right, you could look at Andy Reid and be like, that's a football guy. He just wants to eat burgers and talk football. Yeah, that's a football guy. Bring him in. And look what he's done. Look what he did in Philly. Right? Philly probably shouldn't have got rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean,
I've never heard of this system, by the way. Like this was the first I've heard it yesterday. Like I was reading, I'm like, what the hell is this? And then seeing Tannenbaum and Spielman involved, I'm like, oh no. Not Tannenbaum, bro. Oh no.
Let's look at Philly. Sirianni? You're telling me analytics told you to pick up Sirianni?
Yeah.
Come on. All they did was look at him and they're like, all right, this guy's Philly. We'll bring him in. And look what happened. Right? Stop doing this whole loop around that. Just go get a New Yorker that wants to coach the Jets, Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
And let him have at it. Let him go do football.
They're trying to become baseball so badly now.
Woody Johnson.
Like I get it. Like, yeah, use your analytics to like find players and like use your data to find players and if they're going to be a bust or not.
You know what Woody Johnson needs to do?
Sell the team.
He needs to. Yeah. All right. So there's step one. Sell the Jets. Buy Man U, because he would.
Yeah.
There would be no difference at Man U with how he runs the Jets.
100%.
But we could at least have a good Jets team.
100%.
It's insane.
That's a great point. That's exactly what he should do. He should just sell the team, give it to Gary V, or if Elon wants to buy it for somehow wants to buy the New York Jets, sure, let him do it. Because that man does not know anything about football. Let's be real here. The man does not know shit.
Imagine Elon buys it and then just changes the logo to Air Force One.
Oh my God. Yeah, I would actually be terrified if he bought the Jets. I don't know what he would do, bro. I think he would just take all of his players and just send them on a plane. Just put them in a jet.
He would do what
just a rocket ship and just boom, bam.
He would do what he did at Twitter. He would cut it by 80% staff. And then he would run out there with 12 guys on the field, both sides of the ball.
Literally.
Yeah. He'd get a bunch of Travis Hunters.
They'll just put Aaron Rodgers in a rocket ship with so much amount of blank and just
Aaron Rodgers would be...
He's got 2 blasts.
He'd be on Neptune.
Dude, he'd be like past Pluto.
Yeah.
He'd be gone.
Into the darkness.
Hey, that's the darkness you want, Aaron Rodgers. Don't come back.
Well, all right.
Let gravity take you somewhere else.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Well... Do you think the Jets, last thing, just give me a yes or no, do you think that they're going to take down the Hawk Tua in the next 2 weeks?
Yeah.
So 2-0?
Yeah. They're going to
win?
They're going to find a way to play spoiler, bro. They're going to win random games that we're not going to win.
So they're going to beat the Seahawks and the Dolphins?
They'll beat one of those teams.
So they won't get the Hawk Tua?
No. Oh, so the Hawk Tua is 2 wins.
No, Hawk Tua. Like Hawks, Seahawks, and then Tua.
No, they're not going to get the Hawk Tua.
Yeah, all right.
Never mind.
I couldn't tell if that went over your head or if you were like messing with me.
I thought it meant for just Tua and the Fins.
No.
Okay, but
no,
I get it.
Hawk Tua. Yeah.
It's early morning. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm losing my mind here.
You're good. All right, so 1-1. All right. Big week. Thanksgiving. Your favorite holiday.
Oh, yes, dude.
What was
excited.
the thing? Hands, mashed potatoes.
Hands, man, potatoes, dogs, lamb, you name it.
Yeah, there it is. All right, so we're here Thursday. Thursday, it starts at 12:30 p.m. We got the Bears and the Lions, and 4:30 Giants Cowboys, and then at 8:20 is the big one. We got the Dolphins and the Packers. That's gonna be a really good game.
You name it.
But I want to get into these games because I think all three are big in their own way. The Bears and the Lions at 12:30. That is the perfect time for that
Spoiler game.
Perfect time for
Out
that game.
the ass spoiler
Now,
game.
this is a massive game for the Bears, in my opinion, because this is a chance to put the Lions in a very, very tough spot where they're trying to get that 1 seed, but it brings them right back into who's there. It's the Eagles. You got the Vikings there. Like this game legitimately could make that Vikings game in Week 18 mean a whole hell of a lot.
Mm-hmm. And I think this is why, they're a 10.5-point favorite, the Lions. Against the Bears, divisional game, you got to win by 2 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. That's going to be tough, man. Yeah. On Thanksgiving.
In Detroit, though.
Short week for both teams.
Yeah.
In Detroit, I get it. But, man, that's going to be close, dude. I don't know why it's so many points. I get it. The Bears are just ass. But if they just get that offense somewhat cooking, if they just can move the chains, get some field goals, maybe get some touchdowns, and Caleb plays well, I don't see how they don't cover the spread. Truly.
No, yeah, I agree with you. Caleb's looked very good. We talked about it. He's looked very good. It's just a matter of putting good performances across the whole team together. Mm-hmm. They just haven't done that this year. You saw glimpses of it. There was maybe 2 of their 4 wins. You saw like a full team performance. But other than that, it's just like if 1 week the offense looks good, the defense looks like shit. If the defense looks like real good, the offense looks like shit.
It's going to come down, believe it or not, it's going to come down to special teams. I swear to God, if the Bears, if they get any blocked field goals, any blocked punts, like if they are blocking their chances to go for a field goal, the Lions are covering and the game's over. Yeah. Like if they actually can execute on special teams, they have a chance to cover. I don't know if they're going to win, but they will have a shot to cover.
Well, the good news is the kicker won't have to kick it under the win this week.
Yeah, and it'll be in the dome. Yeah, that'll be
he can go high with it.
Yes,
he can go high.
He can. I agree. He needs to go high with it.
Yeah,
he has to go high.
Has to go high with it. Like
has to.
I don't understand that. I don't get it.
Distance?
No, I get that part, but like, why are all of his kicks low?
Distance? I wish I could like give you an answer to that. Like, why else would it go low? I cannot.
I don't
think
know.
Of, like, is he trying to let them block it?
Brandon Aubrey just pumps the ball.
Yeah.
Why can't he? Brandon Aubrey played soccer. This dude was a kicker. Come on.
When is the league going to adjust to that? When are they just going to hire everybody from the Prem or the MLS and just have them try out? Like, is Harry Kane going to be a kicker for the Jets?
Listen, I don't think it's that easy because think about the dynamics of a soccer ball. It's round.
Yes.
Like you can curl. It's different from this.
But I feel like if you're
you have to be so good at hitting it in the correct spot. Like soccer players, think about the shots that are in soccer games.
Yeah.
How many times is it actually topped?
True.
It goes in, but it gets topped, you know? It's not like soccer players are these guys out here just ripping shots perfectly every time. Like Brandon Aubrey hits this ball perfect every time.
I feel like you're a natural-born kicker, though. You could find out a way. But the thing is, I feel like in soccer, it's very fast. Like you have to make a good shot. Like you don't really have time to think. Like here in football, you have like that 2 seconds, 2 seconds to be like, okay, like how many times have I practiced this? Just don't get blocked, and bam, you're just kicking it.
That's what I mean. I think it's a lot tougher. It's a lot more, you get 4 chances a game.
Yeah.
In soccer, you could find like 10
you can find
chances.
ways. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you remember the video of me doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We still have to get out there and do it. We should do that this week.
I'm down.
We should do that.
We should.
I'll put the helmet back on. We'll go out there. I'll put a Bears logo on it.
I like it.
I'll get them a new kicker.
Nice.
I'll get them a new kicker. It happened for the Cowboys, dude.
Yeah.
I did the video, and they brought in Brandon Aubrey 2 weeks later, and the rest is history. I'll do it for the Bears.
Can you put on a Jets logo and start throwing me like slants and like go routes, and maybe they could start Jordan Travis?
That'd be funny, too. Yeah.
How far do you think I could kick a football? Like making it
respectfully?
30 yards? I think I could hit a 30-yarder.
I was going to say 25.
25? Oh, I could definitely hit a 25-yarder.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to give me a couple chances. Can't just be one.
That's what I mean. See, it's tough. It's tough.
But I'm not a kicker, though. We're taking this as practice.
We'll go out to Liberty.
All right, that works.
We'll make it happen.
I got cleats.
All right, let's get into this 4:30 game. The Giants and the Cowboys. Giants at the Cowboys. Supposedly, so breaking news coming out of the Giants camp. Stinky. I don't know if you saw this about the quarterback situation. So after watching DeVito on Sunday, they're considering looking at other quarterback options, and not just in-house. They're looking at free agents, and lucky for them, there is a starter in this league who just cleared waivers on Monday, who they could pick back up. His name's Danny Dimes.
Oh,
guys, let me tell you,
Dude,
that's the only way. That's the only way that this game is not an embarrassment for them. This game's going to be embarrassing.
Yeah.
That'd be insane. They aren't looking for a new quarterback, but I made that up.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm like, Jesus.
That would be hilarious if they brought him back in.
They're going to give Drew Lock a shot, bro.
They have to.
Why not? He's not that bad.
I mean,
he's not terrible. He's terrible, but he's not. He's a quarterback in the league.
Their quarterback room went from being mid-table to just being absolute dog shit.
Yeah,
it's the worst in the league now. Like when they had Daniel Jones, there was hope. There was a little bit of hope. The moment they got rid of him, they gave up on the season. They gave up on the team, the season, everything. I don't know if you saw the clip from Rex Ryan.
Oh,
he went off on them. He went
I love him.
Off on them.
I love him. Bring him, please bring him to the Jets.
I hope so. I hope he goes to the Jets. Dayball goes to the Jets. I hope everyone goes because
Dayball looks like he just wants to be done.
I think Dayball is in the he's looking
forward to Thanksgiving.
He just wants to get to the food. He wants to get to the table because he's fed up with it. I think he's in a position where if he doesn't do what the ownership says, he's not going to live through the rest of the season. I think he knows he's done at the end of the season no matter what. I could see him quitting on the whole Giants organization after this season.
I think he already has.
Yeah, based on the way that he did that press conference when Daniel Jones got released, he's done. And now you got Malik Neighbors completely inheriting the wide receiver one role.
How much longer does he have in the Giants? Is he going to wait till Shador comes in and then he's going to pull up the same numbers and still be 3-15?
Listen, I think Neighbors is going to be great in New York. They just have to get a quarterback there.
Yeah, me too.
Because right now he's getting screwed because they're tanking.
Yeah.
And I think he's absolutely pissed off.
Oh, I would be too.
Hear me out. 'Cause this is an idea I had last night. All right, so
you have another dream.
You should have to admit when you are trying to get a top 3 pick. All right, so now the whole league knows that you're trying to get a top 3 pick, so they can either fuck with you or just let you have it.
Mm.
But your players, while still under contract with you, should be allowed to go to any of the playoff teams. Right? So, your best players can submit it, and they have to be, clear. The whole league votes on it once they put their submission in. So Neighbors could be like, yep, I want to put my name in there. Anyone can pick me up, and I'll play for you, paid by the Giants. And the whole league votes on it. If there's 2/3 say yes, they can go pick you up.
What is this, fantasy football?
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Imagine Malik Neighbors just being like, yep, I'm on the waiver wire now. Come get me. Still a Giants player, so next year he would have to go back to New York. It'd be miserable.
So it's like a loan.
Yeah. Basically, it's a loan. You can loan a guy. You can loan a guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine
that. That'd be awesome. And we'll make it you can only do 5 guys.
But once they're locked in, the playoffs have to begin. Once the season is officially over and the playoffs start, that's where you start battling. It's like a bidding war. You put your FAAB in.
Yes.
And any team.
Yeah.
So like Garrett Wilson.
No, but you have not when the playoffs start. I'm saying anytime throughout the year, if you admit you're tanking, trying to get the top 3, right? So you have to admit that. Your organization has to openly say, we are trying to get a top 3 pick, and then your best players, it could be your quarterback, your wide receiver, they could just be like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
And then you could sign them on loan, but you have to pay them a massive contract. Damn, that would shake up the league.
Yeah.
That would be fun, but that would be fucked.
It would be awesome.
The Jets would be terrible again.
But that's the thing. You would have to admit, your organization would have to admit they're going for a top 3 pick for that to be allowed. So it's not like these teams. Some years you might have 10 teams being like, yeah, we're trying to get a top 3 pick.
Yeah.
And imagine all those players just scattered.
Massive pool of players just all over the country.
The Chiefs just have 10 top 10 wide receivers on their team.
Brees Hall and Garrett.
Still, they're in a 1-possession game because their defense can't stop anyone. Oh, it'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. Fun.
So, speaking of teams that are tanking, the Cowboys are clearly not tanking. I legitimately think that they're going to catch the Commanders.
I could see it.
Their next 4 games are obviously the Giants, and they have the Bengals, the Panthers, and the Bucks. And then they finish with the Eagles and the Commies. They're going to finish above the Commanders.
So, how many wins would that be? 7? 8?
So they're
going to go on a run.
They are what right now? Right now, they are 4-7.
4-7.
I think they finish with 9 wins.
Holy fuck. Here we go.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they reeled you back in, didn't they?
They're going to finish with
They
5.
reeled you back in.
They're going to win 5 of their last 6 games.
Just when they thought that was out, they pulled me back in.
Yep.
That's you.
Yep. Because this defense, seriously though, like the defense is looking so much better now. You're going to have Deron Bland and Diggs out there. You're not having a rookie. You're not having backups in at corner. Like these wide receivers aren't going to be able to run all over us again. The rush defense looked very good. Mozzie Smith had another very good game. I know I give him a lot of shit. I hold him to a high standard, but that's only because he was terrible last year. This year, different story. I think he's starting to turn a corner like Bryce Young. I think he's starting to figure it out. I thought he was great against the Commanders. That's a stretch. He was very good against the Commanders. Still room to improve, but let's think about this defense. The last time we had almost everyone on the field was that Eagles game. That was the only time the last 2 months that Saquon's been held below 100 rushing yards. And they held him to 60. It's not like they had him at 99. They held him to 60. This defense can be elite when they have everyone on the field, and they're getting everyone back on the field. I think going into next week, they're only going to be missing Tank. That's a very good defense. That's a scary defense. That's a defense that could win you games, just like they were at the beginning. This defense could win us 5 games.
Are you going to make the playoffs?
Dude, if we make the playoffs, we're going.
I want you to lose just as much as the Jets.
Listen.
Truly, I do.
Me too.
I hope you're not this reeled back in.
No, me too. But it's like,
you seem very excited about it, and I'm
listen,
like, man,
Mike, if we beat the Bengals, so if we go 2-0 in our next 2 games, and we are sitting there at 6-7,
I'm going.
And the Commies lose another game. If the Commies lose another game, it's on. It's on.
Just imagine like that they somehow make this comeback and you are so reeled back in.
No, but this is
like, oh my God. I'm gonna laugh, bro. I'm gonna crack up.
Mike, last week we talked about this. Like looking at who's on the draft board, the teams that are still losing.
No,
we're not going to be in a position to get guys that are at that top tier level.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the guys right below it,
just like most
of the other teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be realistic about this. We're not going to be up there.
Yeah.
So if we're not going to be up there, I would rather us try and go for it. And I'm going to cheer for us to go for it because regardless, we're going to be somewhere between pick number 8 and 15, which has kind of been where we're at in some of these drafts that we have had, like decent seasons, okay seasons. We've been somewhere in that teens range, right? And we've hit on all those picks. That's where we got Micah. That's where we got CeeDee. I'm cool with being there because say what you want about Jerry Jones, the man can draft. He can draft the hell out of a draft.
Yeah.
So, listen, let's push for the playoffs. Let's do it. If I was a Jets fan, I'd be like, yeah, let's lose because this is miserable.
That's the difference.
But the Cowboys, let's go for it because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You guys have way too many holes. You got to be down there low.
For sure.
You got to be having your pick of the litter. Us, we have holes, but, I mean, when Dak's not playing, it's hard to win games. Cooper Rush looks a lot better, though. That's another thing. I said it last show, but Cooper Rush, I'm sorry.
You had a good game, man.
I'm sorry.
Who's dealing?
Sorry. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I know Eagles fans are going to be pissed about that. They're going to be coming at me, making fun of me. But that's okay.
As long as you're above the Commanders, right? It's all that matters to you.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
All that matters. That was a huge game this weekend. Imagine, dude.
You called it, by the way.
Imagine never winning something, right? You never win anything. You're serial 3rd and 4th place, and you have one decent season. Not even decent season. You had one good beginning to the season, and you're chanting, we want Dallas. You have flags, Dallas sucks. You're getting all excited. And then you get smoked by the worst Dallas team in recent time.
What a weird game.
Come on.
That game.
Be better, Washington. Be better. Know who your daddy is. We are your daddy.
Oh,
you couldn't.
They're the Pedro to you. The Pedro Martinez.
You couldn't even beat the worst Dallas team in the last 10 years.
Who's your
How
daddy?
are you ever going to beat us?
Who's your daddy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's your daddy?
He was a dog, by the way. He was a dog.
Who's your daddy?
All right, let's get into the 8 o'clock Sunday Night Football. Or not Sunday Night Football, Thursday Night Football. Packers and the Dolphins.
It's a good game.
Yeah, I saw some guy on Twitter. I can quote it right here. He said, to his last concussion, factory reset him to Tuscaloosa Tua.
Oh my god!
No, but seriously, he has a good point because Tua has looked fantastic.
Yeah.
He's got 1,200 yards. He's got 11 touchdowns, 1 interception, 77% completion percentage, and 116 passer rating. The guy is back. He might have got factory reset.
Yeah, possibly.
Like dude, Dolphins are making the playoffs.
I think you are very in on the Dolphins, and I am too. Listen, they're gonna make a run. This is the game that they have to win to make the run, though.
Yeah.
They have to win this game to be back, and that Packers team looks really fucking good. Excuse my language. Really, really good. That defense, very underrated. They put Brandon Allen and that whole Niners team in a loophole. So if Jordan Love just doesn't have to turn the ball over, Christian Watson needs to catch the ball for once. That dude stinks. He stinks.
Yeah.
He's terrible.
He's not good.
I just sound like a casual fan, but he's not good. But no, that's a high-powered offense. Josh Jacobs went ballistic last week.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
What are your thoughts on the wide receiver room at Green Bay?
Oh, we're going back to this. I mean, I never liked Christian Watson, but I think Jaden Reed is a good player.
Jaden Reed's good.
And I think Romeo Doubs is a good
I
player.
think Romeo Doubs is good.
Average.
Thank you.
They're average.
Thank you. See, because
who said that?
Me.
No, but who was like saying that they were amazing?
Drew.
Drew was, yes.
Yeah. And I was like, they're average. They have no superstars. I guess you could say that.
Jaden Reed can be.
Jaden Reed.
He just kind of fallen off a little bit.
Jaden Reed can be.
He's a good player.
But it's like they don't have that guy that you're like, okay, we're guaranteed 60 yards out of him a night, 70 yards out of him a night. Like there's no CeeDee Lamb. There's no Garrett Wilson.
But I think they're young, though, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think they've found that yet, but I think they've hit on a couple of players. Like I think Dobbs was like a 3rd or 4th round pick, and then
Garrett
Reed.
Wilson's young.
True,
CeeDee Lamb's young.
Yeah, but they're also top 15
Jamar
picks.
Chase is young.
Yeah, but they also top 15, top 10 picks. They've never had those picks.
Listen, I don't care. Like, it's not elite.
But it's working.
It's not an elite wide receiver room.
It's
It is
working,
working
though.
because who is elite? Jordan Love. Jordan Love's elite. Who is elite? Their boy at the back. Dude, he's having a season.
I know.
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, he
he's
killed
having
me.
a season.
He killed me last week.
Yeah. I liked on last show. You're like rattling off something, and you go, and Josh Jacobs scores again. Fuck.
Yeah, like I'm like, damn, bro. I had a chance to beat a mod who like literally is the most mute person I've ever met in my life for a fantasy league. Does not speak. He does not speak at all, and he just continues to win every single year. I hate him so much. Yeah. I actually like the dude, but like I hate him in fantasy.
All right,
you can't even trade with him.
I agree with you.
You can't trade with
him. You can't.
Him
and Nietzsche, you can't trade. Well, Nietzsche
you
can
Nietzsche
because
can,
you'll fleece him.
Ahmad, you can't because
crazy me that Nietzsche is literally in charge of like scouting and stuff. Man can't scout a fucking fantasy football league, but that's besides so. All right, before we get into our rankings, let's go through these 3 games. We're just gonna 1, 2, 3. We're both gonna say a pick.
I like it.
All right, so not like betting, like just win.
I'm with you here.
All right, so 12:30 p.m. we have the Bears at the Lions. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Bears to cover.
No.
Who's gonna win the game?
Who's gonna win the game?
Oh, Lions.
I just said that.
3, 2, 1.
Bears.
Lions.
All right. So 4:30 Giants at Cowboys. 3, 2, 1. Cowboys. Yep. All right. Dolphins at Packers. 3, 2, 1. Packers.
Ooh. You see, I did that because I thought you were going to take them. I wanted to ride with you through Thanksgiving. Really? Let's restart.
Okay, ready? Let's restart. Ready? So Bears, Lions. 3, 2, 1. Lions. Fuck.
Oh, no, Lions. Shit. No, Lions. I keep thinking cover, bro. No, restart. All right. To win the game. To win the game.
Ready?
I'm sorry.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Lions. All right.
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Cowboys.
Yes.
All right.
Last
3,
2, 1.
Packers.
Dolphins.
No! Shit.
One more time. Ready? We'll get it this time. 3, 2, 1. Lions. 3, 2, 1. Cowboys. 3, 2, 1. Dolphins.
Fuck. Come on, bro.
I thought you were going to stick with the Dolphins.
No. Come on. Packers. Actually, you know what? No. We're going to take the Dolphins.
We'll ride the first 2.
I like the
okay,
deal. I'll take the Green Bay Packers.
All right. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, we can disagree on something.
I
literally said okay, why did you really pick the Packers? Because you thought I was going to pick them?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
damn.
second time around.
We thought the same thing. I was like,
We both
Dolphins. I'm like,
switched.
no. What are you doing? They're making the playoffs.
All right.
They're making the playoffs.
Do you want to go first or me?
I will go
rankings.
first.
All right, so we're going to get in the quarterback rankings here first.
Yeah, let's do it. So this one was really tough because you have a lot. I'm adding a couple of honorable mentions. And now that you mentioned Mr. Tua Tagovailoa, he's going to be an honorable mention as well. It's too early still. I mean, he's definitely trending upward. Just off the injury, he's looked really good. Wouldn't throw him in the top 10 yet. Just very small sample size at the moment. Jameis, because why not? I'm just putting him in there because it's Jameis Winston. I will throw Geno in there. I don't really like what I'm seeing from Geno, but his numbers are still really good. Like, he's throwing it a lot.
Yeah.
But I did not like what I saw from him against the Cardinals and in recent weeks. Okay. And then Jared Goff, same thing. Like, he doesn't really have to do much, but he's still a very good quarterback who is right on the brink of the top 10. He would be my 11. So we're going to get in the top 10 here. We're going to start at number 10. I took a massive slide. Massive slide. It's going to be Jaden Daniels. Still, I think, is a top 10 quarterback.
Good quarterback, bad team.
Good quarterback, bad team. Last 3 weeks, all L's. He hasn't really looked good, but I think where he's at right now and what he has done early in the season, he still has a spot here. I still think he made some really good throws in that game. Like, I just don't think the running game was existent. There was no help for him because there was no run game going. But I thought he made some pretty good throws. Noah Brown was making drops all over the place.
Noah Brown was the Dallas Noah Brown this week.
Yeah, big time. And Terry, like Zach Ertz with a couple of drops. So I can't really put all the blame on him. So I'll go Jaden Daniels with 10. Number 9, this is more of a trending upward pick. And I think is going to continue to snap. It's going to be Justin Herbert. He was always a good quarterback. He had a new system, new coach, new receivers, him and Ladd getting the connection going. I think yesterday against the Ravens, again, the receivers really didn't help him out much. J.K. Dobbins going down. But he looked good, and I think Herbert, when he plays at this level, is always going to be a top 10 quarterback, could even make a top 5 at some point. Number 8, I'm going to put Sam Darnold in there. I think he just continues to put up numbers. I know that the Vikings as a team had a bad couple of weeks, like when they played the Jaguars and they played the Lions. But the last 2 weeks, he's thrown 2 touchdowns, no picks. He continues to look accurate. Now he's got TJ Hawkinson back. Another trending upward team and another trending upward quarterback. Sam Darnold at 8. Love that he's been in the top 10 multiple times this year for me. Number 7, this is a newcomer, Bo Nix. He looks like the best quarterback in that class right now. Yeah, I think he's eight touchdowns, 0 picks in his last 3 weeks, and he looks so comfortable.
I'm telling you right now, I'm on the Bo Nix train.
I've
been drinking Bo Teenies all week.
Yeah, I am on the bourbon. That's what I'm on with him. He is looking really good, really comfortable in Sean Payton's offense, and they're winning games. They could potentially make the playoffs. So Bo Nix at 7, definitely should be in the top 10. And then very simple from here. Number 6, I got to put Mahomes in. That's more, again, I think that's a trending upward pick or upward selection. He still has the numbers, but they're winning close games. I'm not really like, I still think the Chiefs are real, but like they need to really get it together again. Like you should not be that close. But he's starting to find his groove a little bit. I think his rushing ability has looked so much better. What's so underrated about him is he just knows when to escape the pocket and scramble. He's so good at that. He doesn't run a lot. He's not like Jalen, Josh Allen, Lamar, but he knows when to escape the pocket and just run. Yeah, it's a very good trait that no one talks about. Number 5, we're in the top 5 here. Jalen Hurts, again, like he's number 2 in fantasy, but again, that's his rushing touchdowns, tush pushes. But still, I think he looks better. He's not throwing for much, but his rushing ability, he's kind of in that Jared Goff category now, where he's like, I'm not saying he's Jared Goff, but he doesn't have to really do much. Like just make a couple of throws, feed Saquon, and then you get your touchdowns from the tush pushes or whatever. So his numbers look really good. I'll blow him at 5. Number 4, Baker Mayfield. How electric was that? I don't know if you were watching. That was so electric.
I did.
I love that man so much. Baker Mayfield at 4.
So good.
I mean, I would put him at 1 if I had to, but there are other quarterbacks. I can't just look at these numbers and be like, oh, Baker Mayfield is better than them. Like, he still throws picks here and there, but he looked fantastic again. Joe Burrow at 3. We've said it on last week.
Dude, talk about a quarterback getting screwed over by his team all year.
Yeah,
he's
Joe
been
Burrow.
So good.
I think
they're
Burrow.
favorites at Pittsburgh this week.
Yeah, it's a tough game.
Or home against Pittsburgh.
The slate this week is very good, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So many good
yeah.
matchups. Great little schedule here for week 13 coming up. Joe Burrow at 3. He's just putting up numbers. Everything we've said. Number 2, I am going to put Lamar Jackson at 2. He looked fantastic last night. Unfortunately, I just think Josh Allen, what he's done, he just looks I wouldn't say much better, but he just looks I don't even know how to say. Josh Allen just looks like the number 1 quarterback in the league right now. We've talked about it. You've talked about it. You've been high on it. And you're right. I truly agree with you. Like, you can flip-flop pretty much those 3. I mean, Joe Burrow's numbers, Lamar Jackson's ability to rush and his arm and his numbers, and then Josh Allen, his all-around game. Like, and I think that's what catches my eye the most is what he does for his team.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why he's the front runner for the MVP.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't be up there by such a big margin if he wasn't doing all the other things besides play just catch with his wide receivers.
Agreed. And that's the thing. Like, Burrow, I feel like, is the same because, like, he does have Jamar and Chase Brown. Mm-hmm. But, like, that's really it. But, like, what he's doing with that offense with just those 2 guys is identical to Josh Allen. Like, you could put him at number 1 if you really want to. But Josh Allen, his receivers right now, I think they are all, like, average to good. Like, I'll throw Cooper in the good category. Keon Coleman, we don't know yet. And this is without Dalton Kincaid. But he's just doing everything he has to. And that's what your captain. That's your captain right there. So, at Lamar, he's got Derrick Henry. He should be where he's at. He shouldn't play like shit. So, yeah. So, top 10 again. Josh Allen 1, Lamar 2, Joe Burrow 3, Baker at 4, Jalen Hurts at 5, Mahomes at 6, Bo Nix, welcome to the top 10 at 7, Mr. Sam Darnold at 8, Justin Herbert at 9, Jaden Daniels at 10.
Very good. I like that. And going back to what you said about Jalen, we were very hard on him.
We were.
But we deserve it.
For a reason, though.
It's because we know he could play like this.
Exactly.
And he's starting to get back to that. He's having fun out there. I think having Saquon out there just running the show helps him because it takes a lot of pressure off him, a lot of the eyeballs.
But I said that, bro. And
it helps having Brown out there as well.
Yeah, like
it's healthy.
I said that remember when Abe was commenting on an old reel that we put out about the birds? Like,
yeah.
I literally said, give him the Rodgers treatment. And this, of course, the Jets were a completely different team that we expected.
They had expectations.
But get the ball out of his hands, run the ball, have the run game going, and let him just make the throws he has to make when he has to.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're doing, and that's what this team is. And look, they're winning games, and they're first in the NFC East.
Absolutely.
Called it.
All right, let's get into the power rankings here. So it's a little different this week, a lot of different categories. So let's start off. I'm going to start off with the top 10 this week, or else it won't make sense the rest of the way. All right?
Yeah.
So coming in at number 10, I'm going to have the Steelers. They dropped, but they're not out of the top 10. Still a top 10 team. I just think that a little bit exposed. So I'm going to follow them up with the Chargers and the Broncos. I think both teams are having this late season surge, and the Chargers are rebuilding in dominance right now. Tough one last night against the Ravens, but I think that they'll be all right going forward. Like we just said, we're on the bow train. The Ravens are going to step up there, coming up from the bottom, I believe I had them at last week. They're going to move up into spot number 7. And then ahead of them, let me tell you, very good week to be in the NFC North. We're going to go with the Packers and then the Vikings. The Packers are trending forwards. We just talked about it. Jordan Love is playing some of the best football of his career right now with a mediocre, just kidding, Drew, don't hate me, with some good wide receivers. The offense is looking good. The defense is playing good. It's starting to get cold up there, which is going to go into their favor. I think it might go into their favor this weekend against the Dolphins, who are also playing very well at the moment. The Vikings, somehow, some way, they just keep winning. And then, little shakeup here at the top. Little shakeup. I'm going to have the Eagles step up over the Chiefs.
So Chiefs at 4.
Chiefs are at 4 now. I just think that defense is scaring me. And the fact that this offense isn't blowing teams out of the water is concerning to me. Like the Panthers last week. I know Bryce Young played well, but it's still the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
This Panthers team isn't good.
Yeah.
And you guys struggled to beat them. It's been a struggle for them the last probably last month, and that's concerning to me. They are 10-1 still, so I'm going to keep them up there in the top 4. But Eagles will go ahead of them. We got Saquon for the MVP there, and then we're going to go with the Bills and the Lions. They're staying right where they're at. Bills at 2, Lions at 1. I think the Lions are the best team in the NFL still. They got swagger. Everyone's scoring for that offense. I mean, nothing much you could say. I don't think there's much that separates the Bills and the Lions. I just think if you have to pick one, you got to put the Lions above them at the moment. So that's where I'm at there.
Yeah, I like
what
that
do you
list.
think about
I
that?
like that top 10 a lot.
Yeah.
I do. The Steelers dropping to 10, I thought about it, but I think it's fair. I mean,
it was just tough for me because
just for after Thursday and that loss. And
and
that's
I'm looking at the teams that can move above them, and the Broncos are playing really well right now, and I was thinking, all right, if the Broncos and the Steelers play, what happens there? And I was like, I think this week the Broncos would have won.
That's what I'm thinking too. I mean, I would probably take the Steelers over both the Chargers and the Broncos. I would probably put them at 8, but still you could flip-flop them. I think you have the right teams in the top 10 though.
Yeah, if anything, this is a wake-up call for the Steelers.
Yes.
Russ, we got to play better. I mean, I still have my Super Bowl prediction on them, so my Super Bowl betting on them. I'm still riding with the Steelers. We're going to make the playoffs. We'll do fine once we're there. It's going to be cold weather, so we got to figure that out for Russ's hands. First 4 out, though, it was the Texans, Dolphins, Falcons, Bucks. The Falcons and the Bucks, I want to put one of them in the top 10. It's just tough for me to justify it because you watch them play, and some weeks they're very good, some weeks they're not so good. I think the Bucks had a very good week this week, but it was also against the Giants with DeVito.
If they were healthy, bro, like if they had Godwin, if they had Mike Evans, they would be a top 5 team for me.
Yeah.
I truly believe it. I think they really are. I think they're excellent. I think Baker, what he's done, he makes that team look good. And that running back room is fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. I struggled with keeping the Dolphins out of the top 10 with the way they're playing. I think next week, if they win on Thursday night, I think I got to put them up there. I think they're going to sneak in there for the next week. But that's for next week. The Texans are on the down.
Yeah, they need to figure it out.
They are slipping in this. They are slipping away. They were a top 4 team not too long ago.
CJ slipped out of mine too, so my top 10.
All right, let's move on here. So my next category is bad, good teams. So teams that everyone, they can be good, but they're just bad. It is what it is. We have the Commanders, the Cowboys, the Bengals, and the 49ers. Right. On paper and how they've been playing, should be a good team. They're just bad. It is what it is. Sorry, Commanders. Mediocre teams. Cardinals, Rams, Colts, Seahawks. They're not good. They're not bad. They're like right in the middle of that category that we just talked about. I don't know where to put them because they're definitely not top 10. They're definitely not first teams out. I don't know. Week to week, they're just mediocre. They're not going to make any noise.
That's where the Cardinals should be, in my opinion. I think that's fair.
I think that whole NFC West, right? You could put that whole NFC West in there. And then I put the Colts in there just because AR can make stuff happen.
Yeah.
That team can make stuff happen, but they still suck.
Yep.
I mean, we saw them in person.
Yeah.
Spoiler teams. All 4 of these teams, I think down the stretch, are going to mistakenly win a game, but screw a top team. All right, what?
That looks like a Jets sweater, bro. Like that's got Jets written all over it. So swear to God, if the font wasn't as tilted, that would look like a Jets sweater.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know if you think he's wearing some Jets attire right now.
Got to pull for them.
That's pretty spot on.
Thank you.
They might have to get sued. I might have to sue Tanzos. I'm calling Woody right now.
Well, just wait till after Christmas.
Okay.
Spoiler teams: Saints, Panthers, Bears, Browns. None of those teams are good, but my God, could they win some games? The Panthers, they're only in there because I thought they were going to beat the Chiefs this week. They showed me something.
Close.
They could spoil. They have the Bucks this week. I would not be
Panthers.
surprised if the Panthers beat the Bucks at home this week.
Oh no,
that could happen. Sorry to say that about Baker.
Damn it.
Now the rest of these teams are bad teams. These are teams that are bad that we know are bad. Giants, Jags, Titans, Patriots, Raiders, Jets. Bad. All bad.
I was waiting to hear that J word.
Yeah. They're not even a spoiler team anymore.
No,
they're just bad. They're bad. So that's my rankings this week. I like where it's at. I think we had to switch up the categories because, you can only have the bad teams are all equal. And when they start to mount up at this time of the year, and it's tough to keep the same strategy we had at the beginning, I guess you could say.
I think it's a good list. So, I think it's one of your best lists.
Thank you. It's like the 8th week in a row I've heard that. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to hype you up here.
Thank you.
I'm trying to give you some love. I mean, you're hitting it every single week. Oh, Jesus Christ. You are nailing these top 10s every single week.
Right?
That's
it's crazy.
I had to really stop myself there, but that was so suspect. But no, I mean, these power rankings every single week, you are just being very smart, and I like them. Like at the moment, in that time, they are all very good lists. Mm-hmm. I literally said, "Yo, you're hitting it every week." I stopped myself so quickly. Muller's hitting it.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
We'll
Follow, subscribe.